A lot of disease is either caused or prolonged by people looking for health in the wrong places and looking for healing in the wrong places. We're not going to find our healing and we're not going to find our health solutions in something that's man-made. Our bodies are literally built out of the stuff of this earth, which means that our health and our remedies are in nature. And if we live according to nature's laws, if we live according to nature's rules, then we're far, far, far less likely to become unwell. And when we do become unwell, nature will be able to work with us to correct this diseased state and to bring about, once again, a state of health. So rather than living our lives detached from nature, filling our bodies and building our bodies out of man-made substances and then looking to further synthetic and man-made substances as a cure, it's so vital and important that we return these natural bodies, these nature-made and nature-sustained bodies to nature, and we sustain ourselves, or we allow ourselves to be sustained by nature, which thus eliminates or then ends up eliminating a lot of disease, so we don't progress to a diseased state because we are living according to nature's laws. And if or when disease is experienced because of our body's return to nature, we can find our cures there. We're built out of the earth, so of course she holds all of our remedies, right? Of course she, nature, contains all of the nutrients and the sustenance that our bodies need. We don't need the man-made stuff. We don't need the laboratories. Nature is her own laboratory. She is a creator. She is a sustainer. She's built us so far. She's sustained us so far. And so much of the disease that we experience now is because of our detachment from the natural world and our belief that we, as humans, can do better than nature, the one that has always been our provider and our sustainer. So a huge part of returning our humanity to health, helping our humanity to heal, is in the returning or the reuniting of our bodies to and with nature, with our environment. So today we're going to read chapter 27 of my book, Healing, Wholeness and God Realisation, which is titled The Healing Power of Nature. And we're going to just get right into this topic and we're going to start unpacking it and start looking at what exactly is involved in the most vital return of our bodies to nature, what that looks like. So to bring about a state of health and to live our lives in such a way that we offset disease before it even sets in. Let's heal together. So let's dive in. The cures to all maladies can be found in nature. Again, your body is built from nature. It is the manifestation of a temporary, complex, and specific combination of natural elements and molecules. Try as you might, you cannot separate yourself from nature. Nature sustains you, rebuilds you, receives you in every moment. There is an intricate and intimate exchange which occurs constantly between you and the natural world, both energetically and biologically. Every time you eat, you take nature into your body. Every time you breathe, you inhale the natural environment, and your lungs and heart feed this environment to every cell in your body. Every time you drink of nature. When you bathe, you absorb nature through your skin. When you bask in the sunshine, you soak in nature's life force. In each moment, you build new cells out of the natural compounds which you have taken into your body. In each moment, all old cells die and slough off, being taken up once again by nature, where they will be recycled. Parts of you are constantly being returned to nature, where they re-enter the cycles of transformation, giving and participating in new life. As you breathe out, you exhale the very life force which sustains the plants. The trees breathe in your breath and exhale new breath to be breathed in once again by you. A great many of the diseased states which are collectively experienced by this humanity are the result of attempting to isolate ourselves, to remove ourselves from nature, even attempting to replace some of the activities of nature with our own synthetic copies or versions. Instead of breathing the fresh air, we pollute it and lock ourselves away in buildings where we breathe a synthetic air, filtered, injected with man-made chemicals, sterile and stripped of the natural world. Instead of drinking the clean water that nature provides, filtered by a natural process of condensation and rainfall, mineralized by running through and over the earth, we process our water, sterilizing it, killing it with man-made chemicals, chlorines, fluorides, heating it, processing it, feeding it through plastic pipes. Instead of bathing in natural and invigorating bodies of water, we stand under a tap which expels sterile water at a perfectly consistent and relaxing temperature. Instead of walking the earth, connecting and strengthening our bodies through the magnetism of the planet's surface, we wrap our feet in thick-soled, unnaturally shaped shoes which place a barrier between us and the ground. Instead of soaking in the sun's rays, feeding our mitochondria with the vitality and the life force of this great and powerful source of light, we cover ourselves in clothes made of plastic and coat any remaining skin in man-made chemicals, suffocating our skin, which can now neither breathe nor expel the toxins of the body. We lock ourselves into our bodies, fearing interaction and exchange with the natural world. Instead of sitting in the dirt and encouraging our immune systems to become strengthened from exposure and use, we constantly sterilize ourselves and our environment, smearing man-made antibiotics and chemical-infused antivirals on every surface, terrified that our bodies cannot perform the very natural function of keeping us alive. We coat ourselves in rich-smelling toxins which disrupt our endocrine glands and cause hormonal imbalance. Instead of eating from the earth, we eat heavily processed, multi-ingredient, man-made foods which have been so far removed from their natural source that our bodies are no longer able to recognize them as being a source of nutrients. Instead of gratefully consuming the foods of nature which provide our bodies with perfect sustenance, with bioavailable vitamins, minerals, amino acids and fats, we consume food-like substances which our bodies must battle with in order to extract any level of nutrition from them. And then we take man-made supplements, synthetic versions of the nutrients which nature is able to provide for us. Instead of moving our bodies, we are stagnant. We sleep, we wake, we drive, we sit all day, we sleep once more. By failing to use our bodies, we are slowing our lymphatic systems, disabling our detoxification pathways, turning our circulation sluggish, and causing our muscles to atrophy. Instead of allowing natural light to enter our eyes where it can act upon our endocrine system, we stare at man-made screens which emit unnatural blue light, overstimulating the adrenal glands in the nervous system and causing poor sleep. Instead of looking to nature for medicines which are compatible with our bodies, medicines which have grown and evolved alongside us, intended and perfectly built for our use, we impatiently and suspiciously produce synthetic compounds in laboratories which introduce foreign compounds to our bodies and alter our entire biological makeup, making us less natural and thus less responsive to nature's medicines. We take nature and we process it. We remove ourselves from it and create our own synthetic version of nature's provisions. We have become terrified of the natural world, terrified of our apparently inadequate bodies which we are told are weak and frail and which are apparently always looking for ways to become unwell and to perish. We do not trust nature. We are constantly telling our bodies that they are wrong, incapable, prone to illness and disease, that they are bound to degrade and ultimately fail. We have taken our bodies from their natural environment and locked them away in a synthetic one, terrified of the nature which has always sustained us, and fearful of our bodies which seek perfect health and which have survived here, evolving alongside and as a part of nature. For as long as we fear ourselves and for as long as we are mistrusting of nature, we cannot fully heal. We hold wholeness at bay, repelling and pushing hard against it. We fight life. We resist the life which flows through us. We are suspicious of the soul and the higher realities which work through nature, which seek to assist and to guide us. Search deep within and ask that any of your own fears, any of your own mistrust and your separation from nature be revealed to you. Assess these fears and run them through a filter of truth. Is this true, or is this something you are convinced of and which you keep alive through your belief? Do your beliefs support the notion that life and nature and the human body are good, or do they oppose this very natural truth? Feel through these fears and actively replace them with beliefs in life, love, wholeness, perfect health, vitality, unity, safety, and belonging. Our first step to healing is the return to nature. You need not give up your modern-day luxuries, and you need not unnecessarily torture yourself. The return to nature is not a return to living as the cavemen did, for much has changed since those times. Humans have achieved some fantastic things which have freed us up to be able to focus on things other than survival. Instead of spending our day focusing solely on keeping ourselves and our families alive, always busy hunting, building fires, seeking shelter, making warm clothes, and searching for water, we have now freed ourselves up to be able to have time to spend on other activities and pursuits which make life satisfying and worth living. It is okay to have the farmer rear and butcher your meat for you. It is okay to have the fisherman source your seafood. It is okay to go to the markets to source food which other people have grown. It is okay to live in a nice house with comforts. It is okay to have a warm bed you return to each night. It is okay to cook on a stovetop instead of an open fire. It is okay to have refrigeration. It is okay to have running water and a shower. It is okay to have electricity and technology. I do not tell you to return to living in the wild unless, of course, a life spent living in this simple and beautiful way would bring you joy and satisfaction and would cause you to evolve and to realize your potential. I do, however, encourage you to reconnect with nature in as many ways as possible and to not use the comfort and ease of the modern world as an excuse to stagnate and to fill your life with frivolities which make you unwell. Go outside. Take your office outside. Eat your meals outside. Walk barefoot on the earth in your lunch breaks. Expose your skin to the early morning sunlight. Watch the sun rise and watch the sun set as often as possible. Breathe the fresh air of nature, escaping into natural environments often. Where possible, drink and bathe in the water which falls from the sky, or at a very minimum include filtration systems which remove the man-made chemicals from your water. Trade some of your warm showers for cold showers which invigorate and enliven the body. Instead of running the thermostat at a constant temperature, let the cool air of winter rouse you and let the warm air of summer relax you. Let yourself experience the cold. Let yourself experience the heat. Move your body. Take the time to walk or cycle. Swim in the ocean, in lakes and rivers. Contact the dirt. Without being foolish, enable your immune system to become robust through fearless exposure. Remove synthetic compounds and chemicals from your home. There is no need for antibacterial or antiviral sprays and wipes. Remove all strong perfumes and smells, opting instead for nature's essential oils. Clean yourself and your home with natural soaps. Remove man-made products from your self-care routine, opting for cleaner products which are closer to nature. Under supervision from your doctor and natural healthcare provider, seek natural alternatives to medications. Do not intentionally inhale the smoke or vapor from cigarettes, cigars, or electronic cigarettes or vapes. Your breath is your lifeline, with oxygen being your sustenance, and to intentionally poison your lifeline is an immense act of self-sabotage. It is not cool to treat your body and your life with disrespect and disregard. It does not make you an admirable rebel. It is a sad and pathetic affair to witness a person attempting to own their power and their so-called sovereignty by slowly choking themselves to death. It is not powerful to not love yourself. To not love yourself is an act of weakness and cowardice. It is far more challenging, more impressive, more courageous and admirable to give a shit and to actively stand for something. Instead of using your free will to fight the world, find something to care about. Instead of pushing against and rejecting life, find something to actively stand up for and to fight for. Participate in something which matters to you. Instead of judging the world and everyone in it, actively create around you and through your own example the kind of world that you wish to live in. It is foolish and hypocritical to give the world your middle finger without offering up a better solution. I challenge you to become the better solution. Cease intentionally ingesting poisons. The response evoked in the body by alcohol is the response of a body which has been poisoned and which is now fighting to keep itself alive. To ingest alcohol is to deliberately dull and numb out the human experience. It is the poisoning of the self in order to get away from the self. It is the judgment and deliberate avoidance of how it feels to be here on planet Earth in a body. The same can be said for all drug use. Nothing floods the body with messages and frequencies of self-loathing quite as efficiently as consciously choosing to guzzle down poison. Instead of choosing the easy route of self-poisoning, spend time with yourself and find out why. What is happening for you? What are you feeling? What are you trying to avoid? What are you trying to get away from? What are you trying to become or to achieve? Feel, release, and replace these feelings with a deep and profound desire to know yourself, to be present with yourself, to experience and to bring healing to yourself, to respect yourself and to command a level of respect from others. Understand that coffee is a poison as well. The response that the body has to the coffee seed, cortisol surging, pupils and blood vessels dilating, stools loosening, appetite subsiding, the nervous system becoming stimulated, resulting in wakefulness, overactivity, mental acuity, and decreased reaction times, is a classic fight or flight response. Coffee is a slow poison, and each time it is consumed, the body kicks over into this state of high alert because it senses it is being attacked by something and it is getting ready to fight for its life. Whatever the immediate benefits may appear to be, this is deeply stressful and damaging to the body. Replace coffee with alternatives such as black or green tea, which contain much lower levels of caffeine and which, if consumed in low amounts, have a soothing rather than agitating impact on the body, and non-caffeinated alternatives such as roasted dandelion root, chicory, or carob. It is good and right to hold yourself to high standards and to treat your body as sacred. It is good and right to conduct yourself in such a way that others may feel a level of respect for you, which, in turn, encourages them to hold themselves to higher standards. It is okay as well if other people do not understand your choices, and if your clarity acts as a mirror for their own lack of self-worth and self-respect. Without being self-righteous or condescending, if you expect others to respect your choices, you must also respect other people's rights to make their own choices. Know that their triggers and reactions are theirs alone, and that they have nothing to do with you, however much however much you may appear to be the cause of their turmoil. Cease dampening your own light and become a beacon for your fellow humans instead. Eat direct from the earth and her kingdoms. Rid your fridges and your pantries of man-made chemicals. Anything which has a long and complicated name is not necessary and causes your body confusion and harm. Instead, seek nature's version of nutrition, a version which your body can recognize and utilize. Replace your man-made supplements with natural sources of vitamins and minerals. We will further explore proper human nutrition, but at a basic level, the removal of processed, synthetic, and man-made foods, including processed sugars, and a return to natural whole foods will sufficiently begin the process of healing. Let yourself experience the pangs of hunger. Instead of eating habitually or for comfort, become present in your body, reject learned patterns of eating, and return your body to the natural cycles and rhythms of the day. Your body and your appetite work with the sun. Release old habits and eat only when you are hungry. When you do become hungry, eat deliberately and consciously until your body tells you that it is satiated. Learn the cues of your body. Learn how to interpret and respond to its messages. Resist the habits of the night, a time when boredom, loneliness, and negative feelings may rear their unwanted heads, apparently chased away unconquered by relentless snacking. Instead, choosing to be present with yourself, prioritizing rest and rejuvenation rather than mindlessness, avoidance, and overstimulation from your food and blue light consumption. Make choices about food and exercise out of love rather than out of fear. If you select foods or force exercise as a form of self-punishment or out of fear of what will happen if you do the wrong thing, then no amount of doing the right thing will bring you healing. If you fear the consequences of an unhealthy diet, believing that your body will misbehave and become unwell if you feed it the wrong things, then you fill your healthy diet with a fear which contaminates the mind and the body. If fear is determining your food choices, then all of the food that you eat will be chosen out of fear, prepared out of fear, contaminated with fear, and consumed with fear, and this stress will inevitably create fear-based outcomes in the body. Resolve to fuel your body with healthy and natural foods as an act of love and self-respect, rather than out of a fear of what will happen if you don't. Even more important than selecting the right foods is ensuring that you are eating out of love. Infuse your food with love as you choose it and prepare it, and focus on consuming a diet of love. Consuming the frequency of love in this way can remedy a great many negative outcomes that may result from eating the wrong foods. Similarly, if you exercise the body because you fear that the body will become obese or that it will degrade if you do not, then all of your exercise will be charged with a belief in the frailty and degradation of the body, motivated by self-disgust and a lack of self-trust. This will inevitably create the negative outcomes that you fear, no matter how perfect your exercise routine is. Doing the right thing for the wrong reason can be just as detrimental as doing the wrong thing for the wrong reason. Again, doing the wrong thing for the right reason or infusing the wrong thing with frequencies of love is going to be less harmful to the body than doing the right thing for the wrong reason. It goes without saying, however, that doing the right thing for the right reason and with a lot of love is always going to create the greatest outcomes, and ultimately, this is our goal. Motivations and beliefs are the key to healing. You must replace your fears with love, listening to and working with the body to uplift it and support it in its quest for health and wholeness. Let a belief in vitality and health underpin and motivate all your choices. Recognize yourself in the earth. Allow her elements to sustain and to heal the elements of your body. Allow her waters to heal your waters, your circulation, your lymph, your digestive juices, your detoxification pathways, your electrical conductivity. Allow her minerals, her soil, to heal your minerals, your bones, your nails, your hair, your teeth, the osmotic processes of the body. Allow her air to heal your air, your lungs, your heart, your blood, your cells, your microbial balance. Allow her fire, as well as the fire of the sun, to heal your fire, your metabolism, your digestive fire, your mitochondrial activity, your immune system. Acquaint yourself with and expose your body to each of these elements every day. The earth's body is as your own body. Feel how she balances and sustains her body. Drink deeply and learn much from the earth, her elements, and her kingdoms. Learn from the life-giving steadfastness of her soils. Learn from the generosity, the flexibility, and the calm assurance of her plants. Learn from the playfulness, the contentment, the ease, the self-esteem, and the sense of belonging of her animals. Feel into the ideal for humanity and let that ideal reach up through you, sustaining you and motivating you forward. You are a part of, you are one with. Under the guidance of the soul, return yourself to nature and learn of your potential. Cease being afraid of nature. She holds all of your remedies. Perfect health is found in perfect harmony with the natural world. Everything that you need is being provided by the earth. There's a lot in there, and I've just done a broad sweep over the general topic of returning ourselves to nature. But if you can follow those general rules, those general guidelines that I've just outlined, you are well and truly on your way to healing. And if you persevere, you will find healing, you will find wholeness, you will find health. So for now, that's all. In our following chapter, we're going to take a deeper dive into proper human nutrition. Come back to this video as many times as you need. Revisit the points that you need as many times as you need to. Subscribe and follow along for more. But for now, that's all. Thank you.